Hi everyone, Sarah Jane here representing Just Around the Corner Dog Walking here in Plymouth. And this week we are talking about how to protect your pets from poisonous plants and poisonous mushrooms. So here we go. So we're talking about 5 things that you can do to help basically completely eliminate any danger that your pet might encounter with poisonous mushrooms and also poisonous plants. So the first thing, remove those toxic plants and toxic mushrooms from your yard. The second one is be on the lookout outside of your yard, so when you go on walks and whatnot. Number 3 is know which plants are poisonous. Number 4 is identifying a poisoned pet, knowing those signs. Number 5 is have a plan. So if it ever does happen to you, what should you do and how should you go about doing it? So we'll go back, talk a little more in depth. So removing toxic plants and mushrooms. My philosophy is when in doubt, take it out. Plants are a little more simple to identify. You can take a quick picture, reverse Google search, or just look up the list and they have images. Mushrooms are a little more complex. So in my opinion, if you're not planning to harvest and eat those mushrooms, take them out of your yard because they are everywhere. I could show you one right below my camera right now because that is in my yard. So when in doubt, take it out. And there's also going to be a link that you can click to show you ways to identify a poisonous mushroom, as well as a list of all the poisonous plants that are in your region. So the second thing is be on the lookout outside of your yard. So we don't walk our dogs in our yard. Sometimes we have play dates with friends. You want to be aware of those surroundings as well, because maybe someone missed something, particularly when you go on a hike or a trail and your dog likes to go into, their hidden crevice to go to the bathroom. Make sure you're following them to at least make sure that there are no plants or mushrooms that they could get their yummy little tongues on and ingest something that could be extremely detrimental to them. So outside of your yard is super important as well. The third thing is know which plants are toxic. So daffodils, tulips, hydrangeas, lilies, those are just a few that are extremely popular from our flower gardens to the arrangements that we buy. So make sure that you're double checking any plants that you buy, any arrangements that you're gifted before you put something with lilies on your dining room table and your cat is able to easily mow down on those. So double check just to be safe, especially for those kitty cats and flower arrangements. The other thing is to identify a poisoned pet. You want to know what those signs look like. Yes, we do our best. We are due diligent in trying to make sure that our pets never have an opportunity to ingest a poisonous plant or mushroom, but it is not necessarily a foolproof system. So you want to know the signs: vomiting, diarrhea, fever, weak or uncoordinated movements, seizures are even a possibility, fever. Those are just a few. If you want more information, you'll be able to click the link to the full blog on this topic as well to get all of the details and signs of a poisoned pet so you can identify easily and quickly, because time is of the essence if you are dealing with a poisoned pet. Lastly, have a plan. So you want numbers that are easily accessible, from the poison control number, which is actually very simple and you can memorize it really quickly, and also your emergency vet and your regular vet. You want to have them in your phone, on speed dial, or easily accessible on your refrigerator. If someone else is watching your pet, you want those numbers to be as easy to get a hold of as possible, because again, when you're dealing with a poisoned pet, time is of the essence. So I will leave you with these 5 things. You want to know what is in your yard. You also want to remove all of the dangerous plants and mushrooms from your pet's space, and you want to regularly check for new growth. So like I mentioned, there is actually a mushroom in my yard right now, and that was not there yesterday. So you want to be regularly checking, because with these hot days, humidity, the mushrooms specifically really thrive in these conditions. So keep your eyes peeled. You also want to be familiar with those signs of a poison pet so that you can act as quickly as possible. And lastly, you want to have a plan of action. Know where you're going to go, know who you're going to call if that ever happens to your pet. All right, so if you want more information, go to www.justaroundthecornerpetsit.com/blog, and you can find all of the details, and the links will be there for you to get all the information to keep your pet safe from poisonous plants and mushrooms. Have a wonderful day, everyone.